live. But I can't get that excited. I can't get that pumped up because the Browns have lost. The winning streak does not exist. I was convincing myself earlier in the game that the Browns were going to win. I already was thinking about, if the Browns win today, they're going to play the Titans next week. All of a sudden, in this crappy division, you never know. And of course, the Browns got played up decent for. We'll get to all of it. There's a lot to get to. It's a frustrating loss. A lot of things to look at. Plus, the Buckeyes win to end their losing streak against Michigan. Obviously, they have not lost since last year's loss to Michigan last year. And why is Lane Kiffin such a douche? And so are the people that protect him in the media. Yes, I'm looking at you. You know who you are, Kirk Herbstreit. It's all coming up right here on today's edition of The Bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. And if you're a player at Bet Rivers, that's great. If you're not yet a player, become one. It's a great source for all your gambling needs. And if you are a Bet River player already or about to become one, players who place a same-game parlay of at least $10 on NFL or NCAA football games will receive an entry into the weekly Squares game. Winning Squares can earn up to a $50 bonus bet per entry. See the Bet Rivers app or website for more details. It's all San Francisco in the second half. The Browns score their only points in the second quarter. The final score, 26-8. The Browns, it's not unlike what we've seen most of this year. Excellent defense, not much on offense, shit special teams. That's what we've seen most of the season. Honestly, this game felt a lot like a lot of the Dillon Gabriel games. And I'll say what I said about a lot of the Dillon Gabriel games. Shedeur Sanders, will start with him. I thought he played well in the first half. I was happy with the performance in the first half. I thought there was a lot to build on in the second half. Nothing happened in the second half. Obviously, not completely his fault. They barely had the ball. They didn't throw the ball that much. It was, as my son would say, when the weather is like, when it's not cold, it's not hot, it's just kind of, my son, Aaron, says, it's a nothing day, right? It's a nothing day. You don't need air conditioning. You don't need heat. You don't need a sweatshirt. You can wear shorts, but you're not, it's a nothing day. It was a nothing day for Shedeur Sanders. That's enough for me to continue to want to see more. Certainly, Shedeur Sanders did not play terribly in this game, but I'm also I'm not going to say he played great because it's a weird game. Like the stats are, they're okay for considering he didn't throw the ball that much, and he threw 25 passes, but a lot of them were in garbage time, obviously, on that final drive. He gets the touchdown throw. It was a great play and a great throw. So I like that, right, to Harold Fannin. But there were things I didn't like also. He missed Jerry Jeudy early, obviously, on that first drive. He overthrew him. I can't take a sack on fourth down. The game was probably over at that point anyway, and he got hit pretty quick. But you never take a sack on fourth down. It's unacceptable. That can't happen. And it probably, yeah. I don't know. The last thing's stupid. He also slid on the fourth down play, but the game was over. They were down 18, and it was the final 2 minutes, so he wasn't getting the first down. I can't really expect him to take a hit, but don't run in that situation. Just throw the ball. Just heave it up there. But listen, again, I want to see more. It was just, there's not much to look at here. Again, a lot of those I think he threw 18, 19 passes, before that last drive when they were obviously playing prevent defense at that point. Threw for a little over 100 yards. He had the big completion of Fannin, the 34-yard touchdown, and besides that, a bunch of dinks and dunks. I can't get excited for this. I can't get angry about it. This is how I felt after a lot of the Dillon Gabriel games. Now, I will say that unlike Dillon Gabriel, I see some upside with Shedeur Sanders. Not a ton of it today, but again, he's made a couple of throws where I'm like, okay, I see a little something here, but he didn't go down the field that much. I thought he mostly made good decisions in this game. There was a big third down play where he hesitated. They did a good job. Great broadcast today by the guys, Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. They did a great job. Not Trent Green. Trent Green. Trent. Why am I having a brain fart here? Is it Trent Green? Yeah, it is Trent Green. I don't know why it sounded weird in my head. But he made the point. He said, Sanders missed a throw there, but he also said, hey, I thought Shedeur was pretty solid. Like, again, it's weird because he threw for 149 yards and they scored 8 points. That's not acceptable. Like, the offense wasn't good enough. They just they couldn't do anything when it mattered on third down. They moved the ball in the first half between the 20s nicely. It was a weird game because Shedeur didn't make any big mistakes. Again, the worst thing was the overthrow on Judy on that first drive. He missed him there. I saw somebody tweeting, "Oh, look, Judy stopped running." No. He was running. He had to change direction, and that slowed him up a little bit. Don't say he was jogging. That's bullshit. You can't give Shedeur Sanders. If we're going to be fair, we got to be fair about everybody. You can't give him a pass on everything. All right? I mean, he played. I'd give him a C. It was fine. I mean, I don't even know. It's not even a good word for how Shedeur Sanders played. It was just nothing much. But I 100% want to see him play again next week. I'm done with Dylan Gabriel. So let's see more, especially against Tennessee. I want to see. Like, I expected him to not have a good game. On my predictions, I think my final prediction was, I think I had it at 21-6, I believe, 49ers. So I was pretty close with 21-7. I don't remember exactly what my score was, but it was pretty close to what the final score was, 26-8. And I said a couple times this week, it's not a straight line. Now with Dylan Gabriel, it went straight down. His best game was his first, went down from there. Hopefully the same thing won't happen with Shedeur. He played better, I thought, in game 1 than game 2. I didn't think the drop-off was that big. Again, not a lot of opportunities, playing a better team. But I expect him to bounce back or be better next week and, have more of an opportunity. They were heavy run, which I'm sure we'll get complaints about, even though people have been screaming and yelling the Browns should run the ball. They committed to the run today, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of fans like, why did you let him throw more? Well, they were running the ball pretty effectively. Judkins, Sampson, they combined 27 carries for 114 yards. That's pretty good. That's over 5 yards per attempt. So it's a weird game because they ran the ball well. Shedeur was pretty efficient, but everything was short. And he either didn't have much downfield or he missed the opportunities or didn't want to take the opportunities. So it's not good enough. I'll put blame across the board on the offense, even though I don't think the offensive line, I thought, played well. Late in the game, obviously he got sacked, but for the most part, the offensive line did their job. The special teams was a big culprit here. Obviously, that long kick return early by, what's his name, the former Chiefs player, Sky Moore. That long kick return led to the first Niner touchdown. And then the muffed punt. I mean, what is this, Little League? Is this Little League football? That ball is right in your hands, Larvadan. It's just, it seems like 1 week the Browns play, solid on special teams, and next week they suck, and that's what we saw here. I mean, that was just ridiculous that he fumbled that ball, and that led to another touchdown. Some weird decisions. Now everybody is killing Stefanski because he went for it deep in his own territory, and that when they didn't make it, it was a fumble. The fumble didn't matter because they didn't get the first down, but they didn't make it there. I don't have a problem with them. Listen, we always want our coach to be aggressive. We complain when they don't. I don't have a problem with them going for it on fourth down there. I know a lot of people will. I know it'll be revisionist history. I'm sure Jake Crawford will go nuts about it. The problem was not that they went for it. The problem was they had an offensive lineman running on the field with 10 seconds left on the play clock. I almost said it. And then they had Fannin take the snap, which is risky. I could live with it. Again, it's 4th and inches. Like, you got to get that yardage there. Got to get it. But a situation where a tight end's taking the snap and they're up against the clock and they're rushing, like, you got to call timeout there. They really blew it. I thought Kevin Stefanski, again, I don't have a problem going for it on fourth down, but they rushed the play, and that's why it happened the way it did. And you gotta be on top of that, and you got to call timeout there. So that was, to me, the fuck up by Stefanski, not going for it there. So I didn't have a problem with that. And then they went for a fourth and whatever the hell it was. 4th and 20 something. So you can't do, that at that point it didn't matter. At that point the game was over. Defensively they played, well again, put in a tough spot. Not as many impact plays by the defense, but Christian McCaffrey didn't do much in this game, and he's their big guy. He had 20 carries for 53 yards. I mean, they really bottled him up. Had the touchdown on that first drive after the punt return. And then in the air, not much either. 4 catches for 21 yards. So not much for him. Kittle had a solid game. Jennings got the touchdown. And Purdy ran one in. Purdy was, it was not much. He played fine also. I mean, his game wasn't all that different from Shedeur Sanders. It wasn't. They didn't need him to do much in the second half. But he was okay too. He was a C also. So nothing special there. Both defenses played well in this game. Myles Garrett did get the sack on a third down play. He got 1 sack to keep the streak going. That's now 14 in his last 5 games, I think it is, or is it 6? I can't remember now. 19 sacks for Myles Garrett in game number 12 for the Browns, but they fall to 3-9. So Essinger led the way with 10 tackles, 1 for a loss, 1 quarterback hit. Ronnie Hickman, 8 tackles and a pass defended. Not much impact. Mason Graham, I thought, played well again in this game. Everybody on the defense played pretty well. I mean, the Niners didn't have a lot of big plays. They had that nice pass to Kittle for 33 yards right before the half that led to that field goal. That was a nice play. But again, it wasn't even like there was bad defense there. They didn't run the ball. The defense played well. But the special teams just absolute trash again. Biggest reason, but the offense can't get a pass. It's not good enough. You can't point to any one specific. I mean, there was nothing down the field. There was just nothing much down the field. There were very few long passes outside of the completion to Fannin. The Browns only had 1 completion for more than 18 yards, and that was Fannin's, the touchdown. So most of it was short. A lot of the other, Judkins had 1 for 13, and a lot of the other ones were short throws. But again, I thought on the passes Shedeur threw, I thought he mostly threw the ball well. I can't go over the top there. I'm not going to tell you he played great. He didn't make any wow plays in this game. You had that wow moment with the Bond catch last week. There was the throw to Fannin was a nice throw. Fannin had another drop later, which was bad, but it was a nice throw. But that wasn't a wow play. So no wow plays for Sanders in this game. I think the only wow play of the game was the Purdy fake to run in for the touchdown. All right, let's get to the line here and see what everybody has to say. So many messages. It's going to be hard. I'll go backwards from the people that just, let me go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning because people were jumping in early. I can't forget the people. Oh, I can't get them all. Well, let me see. What is happening here? All right. Let's see. Dogbone 4794 losses on the special teams. Davilbert says Kev sucked this game by going for it home side of the field. Deflated the entire team. It's 4th and inches, man. Get the first down. Wolf once again can't score points, losing to a good team as usual. Failures in all aspects of the game. And as usual, the fanboys are claiming all kinds of excuses and being critical as usual when nothing was going right, but whatever. Tarzima special teams is the reason. J-Bo, yep, I don't give a fuck about the Browns. Stop going to games in 95. Okay, then what are you doing here? Martino, the Browns is the Browns. Dr. Dean, are we legendary yet? No. Kingdom of Kush Empire, Stefanski should be arrested. That seems extreme. Gondor Sanitation Department, F the Browns. 05er Ward, Teller, Conklin, Judy, all need to go. You want Ward to go? What? Dave, please do not use special teams as an excuse for Shador. The Jets game special teams gave up 2 touchdowns. Antonio Scott, that wasn't Shador's fault. Bad play calling. Let's see. Wolf, Browns always making Sundays miserable. 05 or 2 conservative. We always want them to. I get messages all the time. Got to run more. Got to run more. They ran a lot. They ran it well. Like we can't. I mean, and it was a close game or it was a close-ish game until the fourth quarter. I think that's unfair. I mean, they were not down more than 9 points until the fourth quarter. Okay. Let me get to some more messages here, some chat. Box game. I think Shador doesn't throw quick enough. I've seen players open on easy. Bond was open. He waited. Yeah, listen, Shador was far from perfect. I said it was a nothing game. It was a C game. He didn't do anything special in this game. He didn't do anything terrible in the game. It was a neutral. Yeah, there were times where he didn't pull the trigger quick enough. I think that's definitely the case. Let's see. Pathetic second half, says Dale. No doubt about it. The second half was hideous. I Stip. Sanders is the worst quarterback I've ever seen. That's a lie. Listen, I'm going to call out people that you can't say anything wrong about him, but I'm also going to call you out if you say stupid shit like that. He's not the worst quarterback you've ever seen. Don't be silly. You're a Browns fan. You've seen a lot of bad quarterbacks. Bubba's special team strikes again, says Scott. Poor execution on an ill-advised 4th and 1. That was it. You're right. It was the execution, not the decision to go for it. Sanders not his best. Yes, that's all true. That's a good message there by Scott. Scott's on the money there. That's the fair way to call it. Aaron Zorick. Purdy is an NFL quarterback. Shador looks nothing like an NFL quarterback. I just don't know how you say that off of this game. I didn't think there was much of a difference in the two. I thought Purdy played a little better than Shador, but he also's got much better players around him. I thought they were both kind of neutral. I'll give Purdy a B- and Shador a C, or Purdy a C+ and Shador a C. Gondor, stop the cap. Sanders was cheeks. Jimmy, I'm done with both quarterbacks. What's up with this fourth quarter nonsense? Dave, I thought Shador was supposed to bring energy to the team, and they rally around him. What happened? Maybe you're not a Browns fan. It seems like we have, I don't know what's going on with our fan base, and I think maybe it's a lot of people that are not really Browns fans, because there are a lot of people that have been sending messages of late that don't like when the Browns did play well or didn't care if the Browns won. They just had their Shador narrative. And now there's people on the other side who are just looking to say, I told you so, Shador sucks. I think both are lame if you're a Browns fan. I don't understand. What is happening? Elephant 2024. Let's be fair. If this were Gabriel, G. Bush and the rest of the Shadorians would be saying he was terrible. That's up to them. Yes, I think G. Bush was fair, and G. Bush is a Shadorian. He'll admit that, but I think he was fair in how he talked about the quarterbacks. We'll see what he says this week. There, for anybody like who would have a problem when Gabriel was playing these games, I said it was a nothing game. Also, it was a C, and that's exactly what I'm saying here. There's nothing special, but nothing terrible. You know. Let's see. And yes, if the Shador fans will give him more of a pass for this game than they would have for Gabriel. That's true. But same thing for the people on the opposite side. On the opposite side. All right. Let's see. JB says, why wouldn't he throw a long pass on 4th and long? Yeah, you got it. You can't take a sack on 4th down. And that first one, forget where he slid. The game was over. But that first one when he took the sack on 4th down, listen, it was quick. They were on him pretty quick. You got to throw the ball. He saw the guy coming. It was right. He saw him. It was coming right in his face. Let's see. Brandon, DG also lost the game with special teams mistakes. Yeah, no shit. What does that have to do with anything? Eric C. Judy is lazy. Shador throws perfect deep balls. Shador needs receiver. Come on. You're wrong. Shador missed that. He's got to give him a better throw. He had the receiver, the defender beat. Michael, I actually thought the play calling was good for one half. Jelani, every Sunday, another Sunday with misery. Dave, everyone killing DG, losing the Jets when special teams gave up 14. I can't speak for everybody. Stop throwing that shit on me. I said that I'm not going to defend myself anymore. This is just ridiculous. Let's see. Michael, this is by far the best O-line performance of the year. Shador had all day to throw on all but 2 or 3 plays. I agree. Eric, special teams in the fumble put them into the red zone for scores. Let's see. Big Dog, going back to Hat before halftime, special team dropout punt. Can't blame a quarterback. I give him a C+. That's fine. I give him a C+. I gave him a C. I hear you. Big Dog, 4th down was crazy. Both of them dropped. Bull didn't get the other. 1st down. Daniel, with the confusion on that play, should have called time. That's exactly what I'm saying. You got to call time out there. That was a bad fuck up. Even if you want to get fancy, I don't have a problem with him getting fancy. I don't have a problem with Fannin taking the snap, but I don't want Fannin taking the snap if he's rushed and with like 5 seconds left when the ref ran in there to slow it down because the Browns brought in the offensive lineman late, and I guess that they had to give like the defense a chance to whatever. Like at that point, Kevin Stefanski's got to call timeout. I know you don't really want to use a timeout. You want to save it for late, but he fucked that up, no doubt. Let's see. DeVilbert. Now, Bull, that was not a good situation to do that. The game is a 2-point game. Our side of the field, like 35-yard line, maybe the 45, 49-yard line. I didn't have a problem with it. What do you got to lose, man? It's 4th and inches. 4th and inches. You got to get the 1st down. I'm always going for it on 4th and inches. I got no problem with that. It's how they handled it. Last time they won 2 in a row, Jalen says, 2023. Let's see. Amashakin, Stefanski. I have some of these names I just screw up. I don't know. I got to get through it. Stefanski should have grown more. Shador was hitting people. What? Grass and Bass. Tillman is terrible. Cocky, Hemi, Shador stinks. JV, this is so stupid. We're going to act like a punt, fumble, and bonehead kickoff miserable didn't cost the Browns this game. Are you not listening? Do people just come here and put messages in without listening to the podcast? I mean, this is just crazy. Let's see. All right. I've had enough of the messages. All right. I want to talk about something else here before we wrap up. Nice win by the Buckeyes, 27-9. Complete domination of Michigan. Ever since I went bananas and screamed and yelled for Ryan Day to be fired after last year's embarrassing loss in the game. Well, the Buckeyes have not lost a game since. They're a perfect 1, 2, 3, 15, I think 16-0 since losing that game. Is that right? I don't know if it's 15 or 16. The Buckeyes played great. The defense was absolutely dominant. Bo Jackson, a freshman, had a great game. The Buckeyes ran it really well behind him. He had 22 for 117. If you take out Julian Sayen's rushing plays, they were 42 for 181. So that's like 4.5. Like 4.5 yards per attempt. It's good to have Tate back. It was good to have Smith back. They both scored a touchdown. Sayen 19 to 26, 233, and 3 touchdowns after the early pick. And as I said, the defense was excellent as always, led by Sonny Styles and the rest of the guys. And Lane Kiffin could go fuck himself and fuck anybody who's defending him. What a joke. All these clowns. I'm so sick of Herb Street. I'm so sick of Nick Saban. I'm sick of all these guys. If a player tried to pull this same shit that he's doing, they would be killing. They'd be killing the 19-year-old quarterback. He's not a team guy. He's only cares about the money. He's not loyal. Kirk Herbstreit and his golden retriever would be on TV killing the 19-year-old kid. But this buffoon, Lane Kiffin, he could do whatever the hell he wants. If I'm Ole Miss, I tell him to stick it up as you-know-what. I'm not letting him coach the game. He's threatening. What an asshole. My God, what is wrong with people? Nick Saban. Always complaining about the players making money. This guy's doing fucking Aflac commercials with Deion Sanders. My God. What a douche. And Lane Kiffin is just another one. Can't stand these guys. They're all such. We talk about players being entitled. We know what that means. These coaches, guys like Saban, guys like Lane Kiffin, these are entitled assholes who think their shit don't stink. And I'm sick of that crap. F him and F both of them. But I love you. And I'll be back on Tuesday. Dustin will be and I'll be on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And of course, I'll be on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show every day this upcoming week. Love you all. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks to Z and Alex for producing. And I'll talk to you on Tuesday. This is the last day of November. Christmas is right around the corner. Hanukkah right around the corner. New Year's right around the corner. Kwanzaa right around the corner. I don't know what else is going on, but enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. We'll talk to you next time. Where else? But right here in the bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.